Hi.
Well, the one thing we didn't mention, because we were talking about imposters, is this continuing internet outages we have. Xfinity. Yes, I said it. Now I'm really angry because this keeps happening. We've had this problem off and on for the past 2 years, and I'm about done with them. So they're going to get a final ultimatum from me. No amount of award rewards, no amount of promises is going to work if it happens again. I'm done. This Aries is upset now. So, Sonny, and don't try my patience, mister. He knocked my card down.
So, before we were rudely interrupted,
yes.
We had the Apple Dragon as our collective card pull.
Yes, and I don't know where my book is now. Here it is. Okay, whoops. I put it on top of the cards.
So if this isn't too much of a problem, Violet, we'll try to keep the original list, and then anybody that has come in on this broadcast will add there. But again, if people didn't come back, we'll just have to shuffle them in when they do appear.
I do have the original list if you need it. I don't know who's come in. I think Kara's
She's
here
posting
now.
a list. Mm-hmm.
So I will add Kara to the list. And let's just see. I think that's it. Oh, Sonali.
Well,
Sonali is also here. Mine came in before Kara.
When it's not our internet service, it most likely would be Sunny knocking over something, disconnecting something. Looks like everybody is starting to make it back. God, it's so irritating.
Yeah, I think Sonali was before Kara. Oh no, Sonali's at the top. I got you. I'm sorry.
Aaliyah was at the very top.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I
right.
haven't changed the list. I just added
So
Kara.
let's finish up with the Apple Dragon.
I'm going to get there, Mr. O. Finish up. I didn't even start because...
Okay, well.
Grr. So remember this, everybody. Should we go down again, we will always try to get back up. That's why it's good to subscribe so you know and get the notifications. Apple Dragon. Keyword for Apple Dragon is health. The field notes, let's see. Where's the meaning? Mystical meaning of the Apple Dragon. When the Apple Dragon arrives, it's time to think about your healthy habits. This fellow reminds you to choose nutritious and natural snacks. Maybe also add more movement to your daily activity. Gather with friends to share in the sweetness of camaraderie as well. Look for juicy events to bring you the opportunity to spread happiness in your world. Health is a main ingredient for this dragon. You should make it a part of your everyday routine. We all should eat better. I think, I'm going to be like Mom Banshee here. Does she follow her own advice, though? We should all eat better and healthier. It just pays off. It really does, in many ways. So that's Apple Dragon, and it's so cute.
I finally got around to that, Violet. Sorry.
Did you get the list out there?
No, pinning the
pinning. Okay.
her message.
All right. So we had Aaliyah first, and then Sonali was second, I think. So
Aaliyah had an update about the job thing with Panera and Burlington. I'm not sure if it's here on this chat, though, because we had to start fresh.
I mean, you might have to repost that again, Aaliyah.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Aaliyah, if you can repost that.
If you're here.
I believe they're here.
Okay.
And I got a lot of cat hair on my...
So let's give Aaliyah a moment, and we apologize again. We don't know
if
this will happen again.
We don't know.
So I'm still waiting on, Panera, but I applied for 2 other jobs, Chipotle and Goodwill. Which one will choose me or even choose me at all? Do I do, because you're still waiting on Panera. Okay. We have 3 choices there, really. What do you want to do?
I'm not sure. Let's see.
Although we kind of covered Panera last time, we said they would probably get around to you. I don't know if that was the one that was going to be delayed. Let's work on Chipotle and Goodwill. Let's do that.
Okay,
and
we'll try
do
that.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
That's
so I'll use my uncommon tarot, which I brought.
Yeah, we're back,
today.
Marcia. We're keeping the list the same way it was. We will always come back if we go down, so double check. We don't know what's going on, but I'm ready to approach my service provider again, Xfinity, to find out why this keeps happening to us. And I don't mind naming names because now I'm angry.
So Burlington is pretty much out of the game with you. Yeah, sounds too bad. They sort of had weirdness going on there.
Ah.
All right, so we're going to look at the last two, and then we'll look at Panera again.
I'm sorry to hear that about Burlington. But at least they got back to you. Some places, they're not very good at that.
That's true.
That's at least some professionalism I'm always glad to see. All right. We'll be doing those first anyway. All right.
2 and 2, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So the first one
It's Chipotle.
The first one is going to be Chipotle and then Goodwill.
All right. So in the matter of Chipotle, we drew the reversed Ace of Swords and the reversed Seven of Coins. So that sounds like a misleading message in a way.
Maybe.
Maybe, okay. And then for Goodwill, it's the reversed Queen of Swords and the upright Cups.
Yeah,
Wow,
I don't
here.
know. I feel like it's iffy on both levels, but
Yeah.
I
I do too.
possibly Goodwill might be a better shot. Here's what I think. With Chipotle, there's a decision they're going to make. It's going to be for someone else, and they're going to let you know they hired it. They're moving on, and they're moving on with another candidate. That's what I'm feeling when I see that combination like that with the Ace reversed. The other thing, it's the Ace of Swords, right? No,
Yeah.
I should have said with the Seven of Pentacles
Well,
reversed.
I think that's what shows that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I could sort of see that. I mean, I might have thought that maybe it meant that there would be a decision, but it doesn't look, of course, like it's favorable towards you. So I think Banshee's right. The decision might be for somebody else they'll go with Chipotle. But then over here, the reverse Queen of Swords and the upright Page of Cups, I almost wonder if like maybe it just suggests that they might just delay making the decision, but they are in fact interested in you perhaps with that Page of Cups there.
Well, I think they're waffling a little bit. This could be
Waffle?
this could be a really good choice for you. I feel with the Page of, maybe they do feel that that's the Page of Coins, right?
I thought it was, oh, you're right, it is coins. Whoops.
They call them coins here, so
No, I thought it was cups.
yeah, I know, but they call them coins, not
Got it.
pentacles. That's why you probably saw the C. But I saw the pentacle there, so it's the Page of Pentacles. This could be a new good beginning for you. I don't know if this means that, I'm looking at it being a page, and
You know what I could also feel here is with that Queen of Swords, it would be that maybe Goodwill really isn't what you want, but it will be the one that nibbles, so you'll probably take it.
so what I was going to say is I think that the Queen of Swords here is they're going to possibly be making the wrong decision, or a decision against you, and it's maybe because I don't know if I should say this. Maybe it's because of your studies. Maybe do they feel you're overqualified and they're looking for somebody with, I don't know.
That's
You know
a
what
good
I mean?
point.
Maybe they think you're just going to move on and they're looking for somebody they might be able to hold on to longer. Am I crazy thinking that? Maybe. Are you still in school or have you graduated now? Because I'm wondering about that, if maybe that's what might be going on here with that. But I'm thinking maybe there's a slight chance here with Goodwill. Less of a chance here with the other, why can't I think of it, Chipotle.
I'm not sure that anyone else is lagging. It actually looks like mine cleared up. When you mentioned the first time it was a little higher, now it's kind of stabilized. Does anyone else feel they're having some lagging issues? Also,
Okay.
do you want me to do the Lenormand now, or should we do that other
I
reading?
know how that is, Aaliyah. You know what you're saying there? I know actually absolutely how that is. But you know, employers, they have their own minds about this stuff. You will find somebody along the way here who will give you that opportunity. They will. But
Thanks.
you know, it just depends. It's going to be hit and miss finding it. So don't give up. You know, and like I said, they may change their mind, but they may be looking for somebody who, for example, might still be in school and doesn't have that degree and might not leave for, you know, a position in their field.
Right, the
You know?
the whole overqualified thing, right?
It's very hit and miss. People have different attitudes about this, and all I can tell you is just keep doing it. Just keep putting those resumes out there. Something's going to stick.
So tell me, are we going to do the
Yeah.
other one, Panera, now,
Well,
or should we?
Do you want to? I mean,
Do you want
we
to do
did
the
Panera
Lenormand?
before, I thought.
Okay.
Do we want to see an update on Panera? We can do that, but let's do the Lenormand. Let's just see what the Lenormand says about all of this.
And I don't have something to lean them
See
against.
what you've drawn already.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
I'm not even sure how to read this one.
Please. Jeez.
I'm not even sure how to read this one. We've got the Scythe and the birds, and I would say to do just the opposite of what that's telling you. But I think here what this might be saying is they are going to, you know, some of these are going to end communication with you, probably saying that they are looking beyond you. These two might not pan out for you. That's kind of what I feel.
It almost feels like what happened with Burlington, where they said they were going to do something, they left a message, and then they never called you back. It sort of sounds like a cut in the communication. So I don't know. Maybe if nothing else, it might indicate some sort of big. I just can't seem to hit the right buttons anymore, can I?
Burlington did not reach out to her just for the thing.
One of them
Burlington's not
asked
the
for an interview and then didn't do it.
Burlington reached out first, set up a phone interview, but oh, I see, didn't get a call back. That's because they interviewed somebody they were happy with. So they cut you off. I do feel that happens. Oh gosh, you know what? It's a crazy time right now because there's still, even though the job situation has improved, there's a lot of people moving around and shifting and looking for jobs. So employers do things like that. And as soon as they think they've got the candidate they want, they're not going to follow through with the rest of them. And like I said, different companies handle things differently than others. You just got to hang in there. I have a feeling these two might not pan out either. Prove us wrong, though. I hope you can. Let's do Panera real quick and see if you're going to hear from them. Let's see if there's any update on that.
So you want to do it as a yes or no?
Yeah, let's see if Panera's going to... did you have an interview with Panera?
Still waiting for them. So let's just see. Let's ask if you will hear from Panera.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know, some of these places.
Do us a quick yes or no. There you go. And then we'll know, we'll have done the three of them. Don't be scared. Tarot's a snapshot in time. Anything that we told you could be subject to any number of changes or possible
Right,
things.
we've been wrong before, Leah, so don't be too worried. I know we've gotten a number of things right for you, but like I said, trust that there will be something. I guarantee you. I know that time may not be on your side. What was was that first card?
In this one?
Yeah. Page of Cups. Got it. Okay, just wanted to be sure.
I know Mr. O just screws up too often.
We all do, but that deck is very hard to read.
Well, sadly, it's leaning towards no, so it may be that Panera is not going to reach out to you.
What's that card, please?
That's the star.
Reversed. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So
It's
here's
star
the deal.
reversed.
You are getting a little bit nervous. It's really clear here with the star. You know, don't lose hope. That is the thing. Because the Magician
Oops, that's
is
this
also here. And the Magician's upright. Which means, you know, you do have the talents, the abilities, the skills necessary to find something out there. So just keep extending your reach, Aaliyah. Just keep working at it. And you may have to work and pound the pavement a little harder right now if times are getting tough. That's the best I can tell you, because the Magician seems to indicate here, if you put your will into this, your motivation, your drive, something should open up eventually. Don't give up.
It is the way of thinking that you need to rely on what your skills and talents are and your force of will and positive thinking. Believe it or not, you just really have to try to bring about the positive thinking.
You know, if you're scared, fear can be a good thing sometimes. Fear is a motivator. So don't let it stifle you. Let it encourage you to just keep trying. And that's what we have for you. I wish you the best of luck with that, Aaliyah. All right. Sonali is up. And Sonali wanted a divine message, I believe.
Are you stabilizing, Violet?
Divine message from her higher self.
That's your deck.
Yes, it is. And we didn't announce our decks because of all the craziness. I have brought back out the Mermaid deck. Is one by Lisa Robertson. I'll be using that one now. I've still got 2 dog decks in there for the dog days of summer, but I switched out a couple of my other decks.
Well, in addition to the uncommon tarot that I'm used for Aaliyah's reading, I am also using a mermaid tarot.
Oh.
Tarot the Mermaid's Mermaid Tarot, I'm not sure. It's the one I've used for a long time, but I haven't used it in a while. It's one of the Low Scarables. And I like it. It has very delicate pastels. And I like to use it for the emotional questions, but it works for anything. Like most tarot.
And I have the deck by Lisa Robertson, and I'm not sure who did the artwork. I forget.
So, I forgot. Who are we reading for? Sal?
Yeah,
No.
Sonali.
Sonali. I'm sorry. Divine Message. That's right. Sorry. So, the reversed King of Swords.
Okay.
The 10 of Pentacles.
Nice.
Nice. And then the Hanged Man, little merman caught in a snare
no.
there. I'll leave them there.
Well, that's nice. This is an interesting reading. I feel here that the divine message from the higher self is, you know, they just want to let you know that, you know, your family, the people around you, your tribe is there to support you. You know, they're here to support you through whatever you're going through. And keep that in mind, you know, because sometimes we can be a little bit too, Spirit wants to remind you to not be too quick or harsh in your judgments of others and what their motivations may be, you know, in any particular situation that may arise for you. They want you to, if you're feeling like something's not right or you're questioning somebody's motivations, you know, and the people who are around you right now, Spirit is saying take a step back. Step back and evaluate the situation from a broader perspective. Look at things through other people's eyes. You know, try not to just see things from the way you are seeing them now. And then all should be well. Spirit just wants to remind you that sometimes you think you know what people's motivations are, but you really need to step back a little bit to really figure out what's going on.
Well, I look at that 10 of Pentacles in the middle, and I think that's the centerpiece. And I think the divine message for you is that you are that person that sort of brings a sense of unity and security to your family or to your home life, no matter how that is seen by you. And even though you may have to make harsh decisions from time to time, or maybe you have to, sacrifice from yourself, things that you desire, you are that person that Spirit says you hold the peace for the family, you hold the hope of the family. And so Spirit more or less acknowledges that is a strong force for you to have and a strong responsibility.
Yeah. I like that too, Mr. O.
Why, thank you.
Where are you going? Oh.
Remember?
I remembered.
Well, you remembered to tell me.
So, to me, I don't know if this is you or not. This is indicating that, there may be some struggles or oppositions to some things that you want to accomplish, Sonali. And I'm going by, what I had said about these cards for you. The Spirit is saying, maybe, because of some difficulties or some setbacks that you are experiencing, you're taking it out or being hard on others at this time. But you need to broaden your perspective a little bit to see that, everything may not be as it seems. Like, for example, maybe what people are telling you, the reasons behind all of this, maybe there's some truth to it that you need to discern. You will get through this, but I feel like this may be what the problem is. You've undergone some delays, some obstacles, some struggles, maybe some people who disagree with what your plans are. And Spirit is just saying, really take in where they're coming from. You'll at least have a better perspective on things if you do.
Well, I'm not surprised this came up because when I read from the other reading was what I had told you about, you sort of being that person for your home life. And I feel like it just said these are the things that are about you. But this is why, really, because you do face perhaps some struggles in the near future, or maybe this is a condition that is known to you. And so Spirit is saying, keep the faith. You have to remain strong and capable of making decisions that may include sacrifices, that may include bearing certain sorrows. But Spirit does feel, that you will move through this. It is just a matter of continuing.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Sonali.
All right. Thank you, Sonali.
We are moving on to Anthony. Anthony, you are here, right?
I thought Anthony came back. So we're going to get that anchor going for Anthony.
No, we're not.
We'll be with you in a minute. Joyce and I.
No, it'll be more than a minute, Joy
Well, it'll
Tish.
be a couple minutes.
Joy Tish, we have a list, and Violet will put you on it. There's quite a number of names in front of you, so please be patient.
All right. Okay, well, that's a good question, Anthony. I'm going to use my Tarot of the Mermaids.
All right. Let's do 3 cards.
Oh, thank you, Sonali.
Let's do 3 cards on that.
Okay.
You're very welcome, Sonali. Aw. Let me put these back. Well, I'll keep them here for you. I won't let you have them, Mr. O. Spin my crystal ball around. I love that little stand.
I don't know why he has a right to be this tired, Anthony. He doesn't do nothing. But I love him. He's a sunny boy. He has this pathetic little mew that he does. He jumps up where we're sitting and he'll go, yeah, like that. It's so pathetic.
Oh, jeez. It's
Sorry.
cute. I think it's cute.
All right. Okay, so Anthony, we have for you a reversed Seven of Cups, or Seven of Chalices in this deck. And then the reversed Five of Coins.
Okay.
I like that, actually.
Well, it works.
It works. And then
Why
another
are they all
one,
reversed?
the reversed Six of Pentacles. So, sorry about that.
Oh, poo. Well, I guess that last one throws me off a little bit, but
That's the one that throws me off.
But I can safely say that, right now might be a good time for you to make some decisions about this, I mean, what is it you really want right now? You just want some camaraderie? Do you want to look for a romantic relationship?
Social friends.
I know that's what you said. But the thing is, so the idea is maybe you have to decide, okay, what type of people do I want to meet and where should I be putting myself out there to meet them, It looks as though here that you will find, I feel like there's maybe some community or some organization that you can belong to that might bring more people of like mind to you. I kind of feel that with this reversed. It's kind of like, when it's upright, it's kind of like people looking from the outside in, like they're not included. But here's the problem, you have to go out there and you have to say you want in. You can't just wait for people to invite you. And I'm not talking about you specifically, Anthony. I'm talking about this card. When it's upright, people feel left out. But why? Because they're not going through that door to try to be included. Of course, you have a place at a table or with others. Now it's just a matter of seeking out the right venue or organizations where you'll meet those people. Now, the I'll let you go, because if you want to do those, then we can tackle the other.
Sure. To me, the Seven of Cups reverse sort of indicates the idea that maybe you have given this a lot of thought, and that maybe you see a number of possibilities for social life and or overlaps into, either, office life or maybe possible romantic life or other situations, but you've kind of come to the idea that maybe pretty much where you want to focus here. What this tells me, though, that Five of Pentacles maybe suggests that it's a situation where, at least maybe up to now, or maybe you have a sense that it's sort of you on the outside of that looking to get in. So it might be like maybe more of a closed circle or a circle that a group or community where you just kind of have to figure out what is the gatekeeping situation to get in there. And that sort of takes me to the Six of Pentacles, where I wonder if this sort of says there's some sort of thing needed to be given to have entry. So maybe it's like a little bit more exclusive because it's a club of some sort. But having said that, maybe it's just a place where maybe people want to know you by what you give to community. So maybe it might be about service kind of things. So it might be situations where you volunteer and then you kind of get involved in a social fabric of a community or an aspect.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go there. I think that's a tough one for me, but I think that basically maybe it's just saying, you're going to get what you're willing to give. So maybe it's that, so, out there, if you want to meet people, you're going to have to also meet them halfway, and also I would suggest to you that this could be a warning here, that there's probably a lot of people you're going to be encountering that are going to be kind of one-sided in that regard as well. So, you want to definitely make sure that there's a fair exchange going on here. And that's really all I can add on that one. I don't see it quite the same way he does, because I really feel when the 5 is reversed, you're ready to find that community and go through that door.
You know, that is a good point.
You know, because, yeah. So I that's why I was like, no, I think that's happened already. I think you're on the right track where, Anthony, you are making this decision now that maybe this is the right thing.
Well, I sort of see the two sides of this as sort of something that's fungible, that maybe at times you feel like you could be on the outside of what you want to get in, and then other times maybe that door seems to be more opening. So there's sort of a back and forth quality that I'm seeing with community or aspects of community you want to socialize in.
You know, and maybe another thing is, you know, a lot of times you're affiliated with a campus, right? So a lot of times they have activities, you know, whether it's for faculty, staff, you know, they may have an art gallery, they may have different things on campuses, lectures, things. Maybe you want to get involved in some of the social life there as well, so that you can expand, you know, some of your network that way. So either way, I think there's options for you. I feel that. Oh, no, I was going to give you this.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I was.
I knew you were.
All right.
Hi, Sally.
Hey, Sally. We'll get you on the list.
Sally says she's stopping by to say
Oh.
hi.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. We could probably have a reading for you, Sally. Here you go.
Yeah, if you want a reading, just let us know.
All right, so I have drawn the star. Hey, that's a pretty good sign there. Maybe it just means, you know, that to some degree, this is about your light, what you project. And of course, the letter. So maybe news of some sort kind of informs you that, you know, somebody sees something important about you or some reason why they want to get to know you better socially or in some club or some situation, whatever it might be.
Well, you know, the letter can be about written communications in general. So I wonder here, you know, if you'll see something on social media, or if you'll see a flyer somewhere to an event or social gathering or a social organization that you might be interested in. This letter might bring you hope and enthusiasm, thinking, yeah, I should go there. You know, I might meet people that, you know, that could turn into friendships there.
Right, communications that kind of open up those doors that we're talking
So I
about.
almost feel like something is going to nudge you, and it's going to be something you see, probably in written form, whether it comes to you directly or you just see it, you know, when you're out and about, you know, or even on campus, you know, they stick up event flyers and stuff like that. So keep your eyes open, Anthony. Maybe there'll be some kind of opportunity there.
Good luck.
So good luck with that.
All right, so we are on Divine then, and thank you, Anthony. And Divine has asked what kind of positive transformation is coming.
Oh gosh, Sally, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, I think I might have re-injured my foot. And a few years ago, I had to wear a boot because I apparently broke a bone in my foot and I didn't know it. It was a slight fracture. I think it's re-injured because it's hurting very similarly. I may have to go get it checked out. I'm really disappointed. So funny
good luck,
you mentioned
Anthony,
that.
and you're welcome. And yeah, that's too bad, Sally. I hope that feels better. People have told me that, and I've sprained my ankle before too, this a few years back, that sometimes the sprains hurt worse than if you actually broke it. I don't know if that's true for every joint like that, but
The first time it happened to me, I thought it was arthritis, so I never went in, and I suffered with it for months. This time I'm not going to let it go that long. I'm going to get checked out, but I just want to see if it's going to go away. I'm giving it a week, and I'm going to be doing stuff to try to heal it, and if it doesn't go away, I'm going in. I'm not waiting. I'm not
so
doing
let's
that
see
yet.
what Divine's transformation will
We
be.
shall. Is it my deck this time?
Of
You
course.
used your mermaid? Oh, okay. Let's use the other new deck not new, but the deck I brought in for today. And it's the Animals Divine Tarot by Chris Hunt. I've used it before. Thanks, Violet. Now, now you got to say which deck and who's shuffling first. But yes, Susan.
I'm pretty good about remembering whose deck it is, but when we have some of these...
Spotty at best.
Looking for the bicker button.
You haven't put it in yet, so I'm taking advantage as long as I can.
You never know. I'll find that bicker button. Is it this one?
All right.
Nope,
You know Violet
don't want the
will
hugs.
cover us too, probably. Shuffle. Bicker button. Let's see what Mr. O needs to do here. Mr. O, the Lover's card. Make love, not war. Guess I should...
That's about choices, and I choose to bicker. No, I don't.
All right. Oh gosh, so can I review the question again? What was it?
What is the positive transformation that's coming Divine's way?
So I thought, okay, well, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is reversed, but this is talking about positive transformation. Oh boy, look what came up again. The Six of Pentacles reversed with a completely different deck. God, they're all reversed, but that's okay because basically
Page of Swords.
Oh, Page of Swords. Page of Swords reversed. So basically, this is saying, okay, what positive transformation
Is coming your way.
Is coming your way. Well, I think the positive transformation has something to do, it's kind of odd, but it has something to do with making a decision about business, financial concerns, and maybe the balance, for some reason I'm feeling here with the Six of Pentacles that it has to do with the ebb and flow of work-life balance, the give and take. I also think it could be maybe evaluating if the positive transformation is making sure you are being valued, for everything you do, whether this is with family, whether this is at work. I think the positive transformation is in building your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and more importantly, I think with these cards, your self-worth.
I see it differently. I sort of feel that these two cards say what the positive transformation should be is for you to totally pay more attention to yourself, to be more selfish or at least more self-oriented about your needs. That's the Queen of Pentacles, but it's also about the Six of Pentacles. It's like saying, really, this is not necessarily for you to give everything to others or give things to others. It may be about giving to yourself. And to some degree, maybe this is going to feel uncomfortable to you. That's the Page of Swords reversed. Maybe you won't feel comfortable that way. Sometimes I don't know exactly how to read you, Divine. Sometimes you are a mystery to me. I love you, though. You know that. But here's the idea is maybe you don't feel comfortable necessarily with that appearance. Because I think, too, that the Page of Swords talks about how we appear, our grace, our diplomacy. And when it's reversed, maybe you don't want to have the appearance of being mostly too into yourself, even if maybe this is what you need to take into account, too, that you should be your own best proponent.
I couldn't agree more. I feel here that when I answered the question, it just intuitively popped into my head what I said. I feel here what he says speaks really towards the cards themselves and how they really laid out. But actually, there's a little bit of a truth in both of our readings here, Divine. I would say go with what resonates more with you on this, because he gave a really good read on that as well. And I'm going to draw the Lenormand.
Why, thank you. You mean I wasn't shoddy or making mistakes?
Don't make me spin that wheel again.
You know, I think you're always spinning your wheels.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, this is good.
Well, this is 2. Ah.
Ah, divine. You have the tree informed by the stars.
You know, I think that I know that maybe some things hadn't been very clear for you recent times, and that, you know, there was a lot of, if not disappointment, you just weren't sure about things. This is showing me a real turnaround here, Divine. This is showing like a lot of hope and a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of positive energy now growing in you. You know, the tree is here. I think in time, you know, everything is going to become much clearer to you now, and it just looks really good. And that's why I was saying self-worth here, because you know, there's just this idea that maybe now you feel more hopeful about the way things are going. You're ready to either plant roots somewhere, or you know that what you are doing is really going to grow into something wonderful for you.
When I look at the tree informed by the stars, I look at those pentacles up there,
Yeah,
and
earthy.
I feel like it's earthiness. The tree is about your growth, and your growth is informed by this light of the destiny or hope that you yourself are able to bring to bear to the situation, that when you find the ways to be more positive about yourself, and we know, you know, this is work for you. This is work that's either shadow or light work that you have to continue. You will make this better outcome. You will find the way to transform yourself by realizing you need to support yourself, that it's not about supporting all the other people or situations. It's also about supporting you, Divine.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Divine. And Lena is up, and Lena has posted general for the next 7 months.
All right. And Violet has reminded that it is my deck, my shuffle.
Well, then keep those by you. Hello, son. Don't lay on the camera. Don't lay on the camera.
Good luck then, Divine. That sounds wonderful.
All right. Bring it to reality.
You're so welcome.
You're so adorable.
So for this reading for Lena, it may be, I don't really see, I saw a minor jump a moment ago, right around the time that you mentioned it was my deck, and I thought, you're doing it. I don't know why I would say that. Anyway.
I don't know why he says what he says. I am not responsible. I should have a disclaimer on the screen since he wants the bickering thing. I am not responsible for what comes out of that mouth.
Stand by for silly.
But I will spin my wheels, as he said. Oh, is that my deck?
Oh, person who never makes mistakes.
You know what? When I make mistakes,
I admit him.
I make them good.
Don't forget to watch my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchange, is Fridays at 7 a.m. I'm kind of merging my old form with my new form, so I'm using 3 cards for each of the elemental signs, and then 1 word of the week for every sign of the zodiac. That's Fridays at 7 a.m.
Stay tuned for a new form in
That works,
about a
Kara.
month.
That works, Kara. Scaramouche. Oh, wait, you're not saying that. Okay. So, Lena, general reading for the next 7 months. Okay, Lena, we have the reversed Ace of Cups. We have the reversed 4 Swords. And, boy, this is like Reversa-palooza today. The reverse
decks.
King of Cups.
But I had a number of them, it's true.
Oh.
I did. Well, gosh, the next 7 months.
Maybe a focus a little bit on relationships or people in relationships. They may not be like primary relationships. They might just be the gamut of your friendly or family relationships. Because I'm just seeing those 2 cup cards there. And I sort of feel like maybe there's things that are just sort of stalled in terms of having either a more emotional or social life. Yet at the same time, maybe it's because you're really busy, because this is sort of saying you're back to some sort of activity. And maybe finally with that King of Cups reverse, though, it is indicating that it's just a hard go for you to connect with people, that maybe it's just harder for you to connect with people. I'm not really sure why that would be. Maybe people perceive you as being too busy too.
So I feel here, this is about the next 7 months, so I feel here with the Ace of Cups, it's kind of indicating that there may be some difficulties in the relationship department. It's like he said, it could be with friends and families, but somehow I'm possibly getting a romantic interest here, Lena, that maybe you will meet somebody and it's not going to necessarily turn out well. But I do feel here that this is saying you will recover from it and that you will get back to business as usual in your life. In other words, you won't let it throw you off your game too much, but there will be some disappointment and some emotional up and down going on here. And I think it's basically because this person, even though they're the King of Cups here, they seem like they should be smart, wizened. They seem to lack maturity with their emotions. They seem to act out a lot, and they just don't seem to be right for you. And I think that ultimately you're going to figure that out, and you're going to move on and get back in the swing of things fairly quickly. But I think this is one of the things that's going to happen for you in the next 7 months.
Well, I kind of like that. I could comment to it, I suppose, because then I sort of feel like maybe that King of Cups, if it's describing this person, they're just not really good at expressing emotions too. They don't really, they maybe think of other aspects of a relationship before the actual emotional part, like they look at it as status or security for themselves or something else.
I like that.
So I have pulled the house.
Oh, man. Well, Lena, I have pulled the snake.
Uh-oh, snake in the house?
All right. Well, I do have to say this, so I'm just going to go for it. So do beware. If you are encountering a relationship that seems questionable, do be careful how you cut those ties. I feel here that you got to protect yourself a little bit here. The house is about safety and security and protection, but you need to protect yourself against deception. This person might try to present themselves as somebody they're not, try to deceive you in some way. Like maybe, for example, they might be seeing other people on the side, whatever the case may be. There's some deception here, and you have to protect yourself.
Right. This is what the interpretation would normally be. I'm wondering if maybe the deception comes in with the idea of really how they may be trying to keep the relationship going even when maybe you realize you want to let it go. If they're really going to be stalking you in certain ways or hanging on. So maybe that really the Four of Swords reverse too is talking about your need to kind of be vigilant and to continue to safeguard yourself after this one doesn't work out well. Sounds a little weird.
So sometimes in general readings, the cards aren't all that general. They point to a specific thing that's going on. And you ask for a time period in the next 7 months. So I think the cards today just wanted you to focus on, the area of your relationships in these 7 months and guarding yourself against, somebody who tries to sweet talk you, but they are being very deceptive. So just be aware and walk into relationships, as you know, I've mentioned Anthony in a different way, with eyes wide open. And that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Lena. All right.
Okay, Estelle.
Estelle is up.
And why did the ex, Alabek, break up with them? Thank you. So it's going to be your deck. Did I beat you to that? It's her deck and she shuffles first.
Oh, he's just trying to show off. So he gets it right. Like I said, it's spotty. Hey, you're welcome, Lena. Good luck.
Welcome.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. It's sunny tummy rub time. And he's not complaining. Okay, we have the Hierophant reversed. We have the Six of Swords upright. And we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Wow, well, this is definitely telling a story here, isn't it, Mr.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, Estelle, I feel here, they just, okay, this is like, when the Hierophant is upright, it often indicates marriage. When it's reversed, I could definitely see divorce. Divorce was happening here because they wished to move on. They wanted to move away from this relationship. They felt that for whatever reasons, you know, that they wanted something else. They wanted to move to something different. And the Knight of Swords here indicates they made, to me, you know, I'm looking at this Knight of Swords reversed in this position. I'm thinking they made a very abrupt decision to move on. Now, whether they had somebody already to move on to, you know, that might have been what was going on here, and they felt they decided to go there instead of stay with you. But it clearly shows a breakup. It shows somebody moving on, and, you know, that this was a very abrupt and maybe ultimately not necessarily a decision that was in their best interests, but they did it.
Well, boy, I have a very dry throat. I think you hit on something there too.
Yeah.
The idea of the abrupt decision that maybe this indicated that something was already going on, moving them in another direction. Because that's what I see from the Hierophant reverse.
I thought about that.
And I actually wonder too if maybe there's something about how Alabek sort of positioned themselves, saw themselves with you as with who either they ended up with or anybody else, and that they felt there was something they didn't like from an appearance point of view. Like maybe they felt you didn't appear well with them, so maybe there was something social or cultural about that. But in general, I mostly agree with Banshee here that I think they really decided they wanted to be somewhere else, and that maybe it had something to do with that decision to quickly move on into something else.
You have to excuse me. Sorry, Sonny has taken up all my space. I had to move my computer as he's clicking on things with his body. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Guess what's arrived, Anthony? It's the it's the anchor. Well, so this looks like clearly they chose to cut off the stable relationship or this relationship they had with you. They chose
They moved
to
into
cut
something very unstable.
Well, let's look at the anchor, and the Six of Wands is traditionally a ship moving away from a shore to a distant shore. And so, Six of Swords. And so this is showing a similar thing here in the cutting of the anchor. He's cut anchor and he's moved on.
Right, it can't get any more simple than that. I do feel that maybe the anchor representing a sense of stability also indicated that maybe he really wanted to be in something that seemed a little more exciting to him, less stable.
Well, and the Hierophant plays into that. Because when the Hierophant reversed, unlike with marriage, it's talking about maybe alternative lifestyles or living more eclectically, just differently. So, whatever the case may be, he just decided to cut anchor and go. But that's what it looks like. And it was an abrupt decision, it seems like, that he just decided, I'm going to do this. That's what we have us sell. Sorry about that.
And I just noticed that we got a donation from Laura, our friend Laura. So thank you very much, Laura.
That's very nice.
I know you're up in a few rounds, so I hope you stuck around.
And is Pretty Doll still here? Pretty Doll, you are up if you're back. So let's give them a moment.
And that means whoever I'm reading for, it will be your deck. But I thought we just used the dog deck, didn't we?
Yeah.
We can't trust you, can we, Violet? You're welcome.
Maybe it was your deck.
No, because we had those dogs.
Oh. Did I mix them up already? Because I don't see
remember. What happened? What happened? What were the last three cards?
Well, one was...
top?
No, only one of them is the
Hierophant.
Them? I don't remember that one being the Hierophant we used.
Oh, we used these.
Okay.
Six of Swords.
You're right. That's a Six of Swords. Yep.
Likely story.
So who got it wrong this time?
She has a plausible excuse.
It was my woofer deck.
You have a plausible reason. Yeah, I'm all about the dogs too.
It's okay.
It's
all
okay.
good.
Oopsie. Okay, so I'm using the uncommon tarot for whoever it is.
I guess Pretty Doll might
Pretty
not
Doll
be
may
here.
not be here. Let's give them
Let's
one more moment.
time.
Mention that this morning the Material Matters was on, Banshee's program that gives you the weekly tarot keys to success, business, education, and finance.
Yes.
And I guess we're on to Laura then?
Yep.
Yes,
General
hi Laura.
Message. Hey, Laura.
Absolutely.
All right, Pretty
general
Doll will try to fit in maybe if they come back.
Yeah, we'll see.
Lost them in the transport. Like I said, I'm going to be talking to my
Thanks
service
again for the donation.
provider.
And your turn. And I'm using the uncommon tarot. I think I said that already.
Yeah.
I really like the deck. It's beautiful, even if Sometimes the legends are a little hard to read.
The legends, the name of the cards are hard to read.
That's the legends.
Oh. Legends I consider in the book.
Okay. So what do you call those?
I call them the names of the cards.
That's a little unwieldy.
Card name.
That works better.
Well, it's less unwieldy, as you say.
He who wields the deck. Okay, Laura, general reading. And our first card is the reversed 8 of coins.
Oh.
Followed by a reversed page of coins. My goodness.
Mr. O's decks.
However, we do pull it out maybe a little bit with our chariot, who is upright. Very strong appearing card there.
Well, this is a general reading, so I would say this. This seems to be a little bit of a... It's funny because I'm going to say some contradictory things here. What else is new? But I feel here that, maybe things you've kind of slacked off, or maybe work has not been going smoothly. There's maybe some things that you've been doing that maybe you wish you had a little bit more skill or talent. Or maybe this has to do with going back to class if you're in school again. That things just don't seem to be going well. This is not a time, therefore, to really think outside the box and start something new. This is more a time to really focus on what's wrong and get back into the swing of it again. So if you feel like you've been kind of just going through the motions and there's no heart and soul into what you're doing right now, it's time to put your pedal to the metal and get back into the swing of things again.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the 8 of coins reversed, and I wonder if, of course, some of this is more personal than your professional or your work life. But of course, there's always going to be an overlap, Laura. So, and I see that with all the cards a little bit, that it's sort of like, your personal life is beyond, yourself too. So 8 of coins reversed, I'm thinking this is saying you feel you've been working hard, but you don't know if this work is going to really take you where you want it to be. And of course, you just sort of expressed that idea there. The page of coins reversed too, that's the page of coins reversed, says that, right, there's just sort of a sense of not really feeling confident you see the direction happening or you see where it's going. But the chariot really sort of suggests that this is about what you can personally bring to the situation. So it may be that you have to really take this tool, the certification, completion, and use it in the strongest way possible to promote yourself or to promote where you want to go or use that.
So now that I see where, that you're doing that right now, I can say that this has been a bit of a struggle for you. This has been not easy. And maybe it's just a matter of, too, if you're working as well as doing this, whatever the case may be, you might have found it very, very difficult and a struggle, And so, but I feel here that this is going to propel you forward. This is definitely going to move you forward and propel you in a better, you're going to be on a better path now. That's where it's taking you. So this is a very positive ending, but it's showing it's taken a bit out of you to get here.
Right, and some of that is also how it affects your ability to see the value, to some degree, or understand the value.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you're worried too. You've done all this. Will it really benefit you ultimately? Well, I think with the chariot there, it probably will.
So now we're going to do our Lenormand for you, Laura. Oh, I like it. I know, I get too excited, right?
No,
before I should.
You put the pressure on me, like you better come up with something good.
Yeah, sure.
And
it's her fault.
That's not right. I come up with what needs to be said.
I got the bouquet. Oh, and she got trouble. My goodness.
My wand has fallen. So you know what, Laura? Your loyalty, your steadfastness will pay off. I really feel that. You're sticking with this, like true friends that stick together. This is you sticking to your goal and your purpose of getting this certification. It's going to pay off for you. The bouquet is here. It's going to bring you joy. In other words, you'll get through this, and I think it's going to bring you positive benefits.
The dog is the symbol of the best friend, as they say, the loyal friend. So I think Banshee's exactly right. It's the only thing I could absolutely see here too, really that it's about what pays off by really sticking with it. And, a dog just trusts innately. It trusts instinctively, that quality of instinctive trust of just saying, there's a lot of hope involved there, but there's a lot of positive belief.
That's
So I
what
really
we
hope
have
it
for
works for you. And thanks again for your donation.
Thank you much. Good luck with that.
Good luck. You'll have to let us know what happens.
How everything turns out. And Dishy, you are up, Dishy. Go ahead and ask your question again.
They have. They want to love
it
you.
written.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Laura. And sure, Libra, you can post.
Sure, Libra.
Okay, so
We'll get you in.
it's your deck.
Sunny, I've about had
That's
it.
cool too, So maybe, sometimes that goes on with you too.
I need some space. I'm sorry I'm
Sunny.
disturbing your beauty rest.
Well, you're the one that did the work. We just told you that it looked like you were doing that work. So it's you, Laura.
Okay, Dishi.
General
Give you a
reading for
moment.
Libra. Okay, we got that.
That's on the list. So we're down to our last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people.
Earlier this week, the sun moved into Leo. And you know what that means? It's time for another modality message on our YouTube channel. Find out how to cope with the energies of the month that your modality challenges you with.
All right, I don't know what happened to Dishy.
They asked for a love reading.
They did?
Yes. Will they meet their soulmate? I thought
Oh.
you saw that. I see it right there.
I don't have it on my list.
Well, they're up next. There
Okay,
it is,
we'll
right
do
there.
it.
You just passed it.
Oh, there it is. You were further up. I'm sorry, Dishy.
And then they post at the end too.
All right. And it's all because I cannot keep the computer by me because of Sunny, so I cannot see the screen even. That's a problem.
Well, don't say it like it's my problem.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to take care of it in a minute. Shuffle.
Should I turn the camera away from you so
Nope.
that we don't see what you're doing?
You stay there.
Sonny, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that was so harsh.
Oh, we had a couple slippages.
We've got it for you, Dishy. No problem.
Great. Great.
Well, timing is not always really clear, but we're going to see what we can come up with. Did you drop my cards everywhere?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Stand by.
For cat bickering.
Holy tomatoes. No. Oh, it's all messed up. Who did that?
Him.
Him. Ah!
Sonny.
We need a
this.
set manager.
Yeah, Violet, can you teleport here and give us a hand?
We'll pay you twice what
Sonny?
we're paying you now.
Maybe Kara.
Yes, this is Kara's fault. You know,
Oh,
there's
it
the
is
ring
not
of
Kara's
truth to
fault.
this. Okay,
Sure, easy for you to say. He's got my arm.
there you go. Just reach through the screen. You know, I know people that can do that. You're one of them.
All right, the first card is Temperance reversed. Don't tell me he's going to be all reversed. Then the Star is reversed. And the Alpha Male is reversed. Good grief. All right.
The Sky Alpha Male.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. So that's the King of Swords reversed. This is going to be one of those very unclear readings, and I have to think about it a minute. Temperance reversed is just indicating that, and with the star, you know, sometimes we can't dwell on, we can't put all our energy into what we truly desire right now. And maybe I feel here that that might be what's going on. There's some kind of imbalance here. And instead of thinking of the alpha male as a person, the King of Swords reversed, I'm going to say that maybe this is some characteristic in yourself here. You know, you're looking for your soulmate. You're looking for the perfect person, you know, that's going to be with you. And it is saying here that if you set your goals too high right now, you might be missing out on some other opportunities, you know. Just keep hope alive that the right person is out there for you, but it may take a little bit longer than what you want to achieve that.
Thank you. I've been having some
I know.
throat problems. But Dishi, I don't believe this person is on the horizon or near you at this point in time.
I agree.
I sort of feel, and that's the basic question you ask, I sort of feel that if they are out there, they're not really close to finding you nor you them. And I do feel that there is a sense maybe that the person who could be meant for you hasn't really formed yet in certain ways. So I don't know if that's talking about physical, mental, emotional maturity, but I sort of find that with the ideas expressed with those reverse cards there, that there is a person who's meant for you, but I don't think they are anywhere near being in your life at this point, and I don't know how to tell you it other than that.
Well, what I would suggest, because I can't believe that this is long term, I would say that at least for the next 6 months, it's iffy you're going to meet this person. I would say we should revisit this question, and maybe we should, you know, in a future reading, but I'm not done with you yet. I think we're going to do something else. Just give me a minute. I think that we're going to revisit this with you and maybe do it a little bit differently, Dishi. Like, who is this person? Give some qualities of it, you know, the relationship itself, and look at that. But right now, I have to agree with Mr. O. I don't see it happening, and I feel part of it. I want to look at that again. Temperance reversed is just indicating to me that maybe either, like he said, this person is not ready in some way yet, or hasn't surfaced, or maybe there's still something in your life that needs to be done before you meet this person. And by that, I don't know what that means. maybe that means making some type of life change. You move somewhere, you change jobs, or you finish school, and then you meet this person. Some other loose end in your life might need to be balanced before this is going to manifest for you. And the star, again, is here, and I want to remind you, like I reminded somebody else who got the star reverse, do not give up hope. This does not mean forever. The cards want you to stay focused on you will meet the right person. It just may take a little bit longer than you desire. And let's do the Lenormand on this. I want to see if maybe we get any inkling of timing here. It's not always possible. Okay, so there's the mice and there's the letter, which is kind of interesting to me to get that in with the mice in this reading. But what I would say is also be careful how you approach this. The mice is about troubles and petty little things that interfere. There may be things in your life right now that are interfering with you meeting this person. Whether, in communicating your intent. I also think here sometimes when I see this card is be careful what we ask the universe to provide us. Because on the one hand here, you could be asking for something that the universe is saying, well, okay, but it's going to take a while for you to be able to manifest something that perfect, I don't know. This is a tougher one for me. What do you see?
I wonder if the mice with the letters sort of says that when you are trying to communicate, some of this is the manner in which you communicate, that maybe somehow people are not always getting exactly what you mean in how you use your language or your words, and that maybe there's just some sort of disconnect between the way you feel you're expressing yourself in these situations and the way maybe people are responding to that.
Well, as I look at this, Dishy, I will say this. I think I see how this relates in the reading a little bit here, is that there is still, how we said this is not manifesting now. There is some troubles and some obstacles in finding and meeting this person, because this is about communication. At its base level, whether it's in writing or whether it's speaking, the letter is about communicating with others. And so right now there seems to be obstacles in your ability to meet and communicate with this individual right now.
And that really opens up a lot of different reasons why that could be. So
I have to admit it does. So, I want you to think about this a little bit, and do feel free to come back and explore love questions more with us. And I feel here that maybe we should just try to see who Mr. Right is for you, who is your soulmate, and try to get a little bit more about them and their personality and what a relationship would look like with this person. So we'll try that for you next time, maybe, if you're interested in that. All right? And I wish you luck. I just can't see it happening, and I'm going to say this for now, by the end of this year. So, because you were looking for timing, too. So things might look better, after that point, and we can ask that question again.
And Marcia is up, and Marcia has a question. I love it. And I think I need to use my Tarot of the Mermaids, because it sounds like it might have some...
Hey, you are welcome, Dishy, anytime.
You're welcome, Dishy.
Okay, what is Jay's and Aries' current feelings for me? Oh!
Awesome. Good luck. Best wishes.
Well, let's see what we can tell you. Our cards haven't been very friendly with relationships today, I'm going to say. Who knows? I know that Jupiter is going retrograde. I don't know what's going on with some of the other planets that might be causing some upheavals relationship-wise, but there must be something.
Violet and others, we are getting very tiny bits of lag. It's really very tiny. But I see it once in a while
If
showing.
we go down, we will come back to finish the list.
And only the list, most likely.
Correct.
I thought I would mention it.
I'm going to do one more shuffle. Oh. You can't go much further. Not much further.
Is that a challenge?
Well, he's the challenge.
You ought to know from our long life, I can go much further. All right.
Cannot be on my computer.
Jay the Aries and our friend Marcia. Well, I have the Five of Swords. Okay, it's upright. I have a Three of Cups, though, which is also upright. And then I have the reversed Fool.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm going to let you spin this first. I'm curious.
Well, I'm not. It doesn't sound like you're dating yet, but you're wondering if that could happen, maybe, as well as anything else. The Five of Swords sort of sounds like maybe you may not be as compatible as you think. That there may be some amount of dissensions between you.
Dissonance?
Well, dissonance too, but sometimes the Five of Swords looks like outright fighting sometimes, or it could be said to be that way. It could be just talking about stressful situations, so at the very least it could be saying that maybe there would be a certain amount of stress about moving to that point, conflict of some sort. The Three of Cups is almost the opposite of that, though. The Three of Cups doesn't look like a conflict at all. It looks like people coming together in a very loving or happy kind of way. So I'm not sure I see those. I guess maybe this could be saying that really, in the best of all worlds, it would look that way, but maybe there's this idea that there are conflicts yet to be seen here, and maybe it's about really somebody that doesn't follow the correct instinct, that maybe their instincts are wrong. Could that be you?
Well, whew, this is like a can of worms. I'm so sorry. Let's look at this. The Five of Swords, whether upright or reverse, is a rather adverse kind of card. Thank goodness it doesn't come up too often, but sadly it comes up at bad times sometimes. So there's definitely, this could indicate arguments, this could indicate incompatibilities, this could indicate even somebody who is looking out for their own gain, So the best you can do is keep yourself in check. Don't fall into bad patterns of behavior because of them. Now, here's the interesting thing. We have this Five of Swords and we have this Fool reversed. And I feel here, what is the Fool reversed? The Fool reversed might indicate somebody who could be involved in risky behavior, whatever that may be. And but also there's other things about the Fool reversed that is leading us to wonder why this won't work out, is because oftentimes it means that a date is canceled, or something that it's a risk or a chancy thing going along with this. It just seems like a relationship may not work out. Now, why do we have the Three of Wands here, or of Cups here, that's so celebratory? Well, I wonder if in this case, because it's surrounded by two somewhat negative cards, if it's indicating to me that there might be some risky behavior involving social circles. In other words, is this person dating more than one person? And what are their ultimate motivations? Their motives may be suspect. And the Three of Cups here also could indicate to me that maybe there's a possibility that you just won't like the people that this person fraternizes with. Maybe that's where the problem is, or vice versa. They're not good with your friends. I mean, if you do date, maybe some of this will come out along the way.
Well, I think she gives us a lot more context there. So he is a recent divorcee, or 2 years, and some of that could explain why that Five of Swords is there. I sort of see that. And that suggests that ultimately he probably likes being married. Three of Cups sort of looks like a person who celebrates that kind of thing. So it may be that he is, in essence, a kind of person who ultimately does want to have a mate, doesn't necessarily want to play the field now that he's free. You know, he sounds like a loyal personality. But I think it is careful to remember that, you know, it's your choice. And the idea could be that, you know, what he wants and what he ends up doing maybe still has implications for his healing that we've been talking about.
So it's possible he's on rebound, and, you know, that could be kind of risky because sometimes people, they're not willing to commit right away, you know, or they want to maybe play the field more. They're not trusting, you know, and maybe that's part of the Five of Swords energy here too, you know. But I'd be very watchful, and this is not saying don't do it, but it's saying, you know, this may have some risks attached to it that you might want to, gosh, am I going to have to say the eyes wide open thing again today? And this always seems to be involving people.
But you know what, Banshee? You're good at it.
I know.
And in the Lenormand, I have pulled the Mountain.
Whoops. Well,
I can't get it in
go
there.
figure.
Is Muhammad going to the mountain? Oh.
So I would say this.
The gift, the
yeah,
bouquet.
well, generally it is. But I can't help but wonder here with the way these have fallen, if this is saying that it's going to be kind of hard to, it's good, there's obstacles towards achieving joy and happiness out of this right now. So, you know, it may be a struggle for you to make this work. It's not saying it's impossible, but, you know, you may have to be dealing with maybe a lot of this person's baggage.
Right, it does sound that way, but I don't think I would say necessarily give up on him.
Yeah, I'm not either,
It
but
could just be that really, you know, he does have a sense of what his priorities are, although his children will become less and less of a priority since they are older already. I think you should probably come back in a week or two if you've gotten, you know, a little more connected, and maybe we should look at this again.
well, that's good at least, Marcia. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, keep us posted. We could be wrong, but
The risky behavior thing, maybe.
I sense here that there's some issues. He's got some baggage, and, you know, this may work, this may not, but it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, you know. I think getting to a point of being in a happy place with this person. It's the best I can say with that combination of Lenormand there. Good luck with that.
I think you should ask us again.
I know. Keep us posted. You know, we want to know.
All right, and Kara is next.
Kara is next.
He heard that, I think. He just started to move around. He's like, where's my Kara?
Ah.
He's a good
What do you
snuggle
need
buddy.
to know now from Spirit? Okay.
Your deck.
Let's see if we can't find some upright cards here. I don't know anymore. What's going on?
Way over on the couch over there, another one is all crashed out. I don't know if I can get the camera to
No,
show
don't.
her. Shadow.
Don't even
Yes.
try.
Well, good luck. You're welcome.
Hope to see you soon, Marcia. All right. One more. Yay, wolves. Oy. Okay, well, it's the Nine of Pentacles reversed. That's not the most awful thing in the world. But then we have the Six of Swords reversed. Doggone it. And then we have the Lovers upright. Well, this is very interesting. So what do you need to know from Spirit right now? The Nine of Pentacles is reversed. The Nine of Pentacles indicates that maybe Spirit is saying to you thusly, if you are unsatisfied with things in your life right now, whether you're maybe things in excess, things you got to clear out of your space, your living space, etc., or in your life right now, or if you have too little of something, you just feel like something is lacking in your life. Spirit is saying that, well, if you're not going to do anything about it, there you be. There you stay. So Spirit is saying the choice is yours. Stay where you are, kind of dissatisfied with the conditions in your life right now, or make a choice to move away from that and do something about it.
There's definitely a bit of a push-pull kind of thing here, because it seems like some of the energies say maybe there's something you still need to do, but some of the other energies are saying, no, you really need to do something else. And I take that approach more with the Nine of Pentacles maybe than Banshee might have said.
But I could
but I feel that, she kind of nailed it in the sense that there is really contrary forces maybe within yourself, a push-pull effect. Come here, no, stay away, that kind of thing. And I don't know if this is maybe about, emotional or romance, but the Lovers might say that sometimes you have to be more definitive. Some of this suggests really the push-pull effect sort of just equates to not really putting your stake in your claim, so to speak. The Lovers here, looking into the mirror, what is it you want to claim? What is it you want to claim?
Right, and I guess on a romantic level, because, sometimes I don't always treat the Lovers that way, but I could see it here too in kind of this generic spiritual sense, is that if you really want to attract love in your life, then, you can't be stuck in old patterns that aren't working for you, You have to change something up to make it happen, because you do feel the sense of it lacking in your life. So do something about it is what it's saying. If you keep doing the same old thing, it's not going to happen.
Sometimes when I look at the Nine of Pentacles reversed, I might feel too that it might say that maybe there is something that you've been waiting to share, and maybe this could also be the time saying, don't be afraid of also putting out a part of yourself too. There's always a sense of vulnerability that, challenges us to do or to not do, certain things, especially in romance or possible romance. What you get? Oh. We take back everything.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. But you got the Stars and the Gentleman.
Yeah, so I think here Spirit is saying Spirit is saying, if you've been feeling a lack in, valid relationships, etc., take heart in knowing that there is somebody out there. There is somebody out there. You can keep hope alive on that, but it's up to you too to foster the kind of conditions or environment you need to make this happen, to bring them forward. Whether it's reaching out in some other ways, whether it's just getting out there more. The Stars talks about the vastness of space, so I don't want to say he's necessarily close at hand, but I do want to say that Spirit is saying there is somebody definitely out there that you will be connecting with.
Well, you started this by saying, what does Spirit want you to know? And we did feel that this was about maybe choices with people, romance, possibilities like that.
I'm thinking
and
it is.
I think that it's true. Spirit wants you to know there is, somebody for you, and that when everything kind of moves to a better stage, it will happen. Maybe this is just saying you still need to, bake that cookie a little bit longer.
Well, it's saying that, because the 6, I think, is pivotal here. More than the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles just shows the dissatisfaction. But that 6 of Swords is about you and your willingness to move yourself to those better conditions, to make those conditions improve for yourself.
All right.
That's what we have for you, Kara. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Kara. See you next time.
And I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce the name right, but Josna?
Joytish, somebody said.
Oh, Joytish?
Didn't you say that earlier? Maybe you did.
It's not spelled that way, though.
I didn't think it was either. And actually, we have Libra's reading to do.
But that's after that one. That's
not according to the list here.
Oh, Violet? Well, that's what I had, but... And that was on my list first when I did it.
Just tell her again, Violet.
Joythsna. Joycena.
Tell her she missed Libra the first time. You're welcome, Kara.
Well, they can type their question. Why don't we do Libra since we have it?
Okay.
Whatever, Violet. I'm not going to quibble at this point.
She's quibbling.
Joycena, we'll get to you right after we do Libra. Keep your question up.
Yeah, we got your questioner. Thank you.
I'm glad you stuck with us, but we'll do yours last and next. We'll do yours next.
You're the
after
very
this
next
one.
reading.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Sunny. I cannot shuffle. All right, gotta move my computer again. Aw, there you go. Thank you, Mr. O.
I'm doing extreme work here.
Extreme work.
Look at him. I'm the one you want to cuddle on the couch with.
Come on, Mr. O. I am done.
I can tell.
Okay, this reading's for Libra. We'll do Joycena next.
And then Violet last.
And then Violet last.
The list is closed. Don't
The
let
list
anybody
is
else-
closed.
I know, we'll change our mind when it's whoever.
No, we won't.
Okay, so Libra, your general reading, you have a 7 of Swords upright. You have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And you have the Page of Cups reversed.
Well, Libra, oh my goodness. This is a turn for you. You've been having, I think, for the most part, better cards, but the 7 of Swords indicates that, well, I'm going to look at this in a positive sense here. Sometimes the 7 of Swords is here because we really have to look out for ourselves. And, sometimes you may have to get a little sneaky. Sometimes you have to be a little crafty. Sometimes you can't put all your cards on the table. So you got to kind of keep things close to your chest because right now things are not going well. And it may have to do with, the beginning of a relationship or something in the relationship that is just not going well. There may be a bad turn, like maybe some disagreements, maybe some issues. This could be partnerships, friendships. I feel it's with someone.
I'm wondering if maybe there's a situation, maybe it's with one of your younger kids, maybe it's with a younger person, But it is sort of like maybe you're at opposite ends from each other thing, and that maybe the idea that you need to bring a certain level of precision or cleverness to that situation. And like I said, I get the feeling like maybe it could be about one of the kids or something like that. Maybe it is a younger person from some walk of your life, and you're at odds with each other. Maybe it's arguing, or maybe there is an actual issue there, and you're trying to stay on the side of maybe, you know, being precise about what is needed, but also being ready to do what is necessary.
He moved the red stand a little bit, but I'm sure it's still
Sonny.
Well, you know, it's interesting because also the wheel, which sometimes I think we forget about, can be about karmic things.
That's true.
And so I feel here, you know, be wary that whatever you do, you know, if you're trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes for whatever reasons, you're trying to cover up something, you're trying to smooth things over, be wary that these things have a way of coming back on you. So I would be careful of your actions right now in your dealings and communications with others, whether it is with your child or whether it is with in a relationship or a friendship right now.
Right. So I'm going to grab the Lenormand for you. And I'm sticking my hand into that bag, and
you are pesty all of a
out
sudden.
comes the ship.
Okay. Get it, Sonny. Get it.
And the crossroads. Well, my immediate feeling is that maybe if this is an issue that's going on with you and a kid or with other people of any sort, younger or older, you may have to kind of agree to just come back. Like, I feel like you're going to move away from that, because maybe what it represents is that the crossroads is saying this is going to change, but maybe it'll change later, and so maybe you're going to just sort of put off what this could be. Maybe it's not that important, but it's important enough to show up in your general reading, so it may just be some sort of stubbornness between you and some other people that won't resolve for a while.
You know, I think this fits right in with what I was talking about here about karmic implications. I think this is just saying now is the time to decide what move you're going to make. But you ought to be very careful in what you craft here, how you handle, you know, a sticky situation that I think you're going to have with somebody here. And so just be careful how you handle it, because decision time is coming and you're going to make a move. And, you know, if it's sneaky, just make sure everything's on the up and up, because karma can be a you-know-what sometimes. That's all I want to say about that. So do be careful. And that's what we have for you, I think, Libra. We're going to leave it at that. And Violet, stand by for bickering. No,
I just told her you're not mad.
Not mad.
You're an Aries. You don't get mad. Oh,
I
that's Scorpio.
Oh, we get mad. We get mad. I'm pretty mad at Xfinity right now, for example. All right.
So it's your deck for the
reading. Let's do Joycena. And Joycena wants to know about the person that is... Okay, you went through a kind of a bad breakup, I see, and bitter breakup.
But what will their marriage life be like, and when will they meet them?
And this computer makes me crazy. Yeah, what would your... Yes, how will your marriage life be, and when will you meet them? It's often kind of tricky to find out the when, but sometimes we might be able to see that. Let's see what a future marriage would look like, though. We can do that. And let's see if it gives us any clues. I'm gonna go with this one. Do you want to do the one we used to do?
Oh, where you turn over until you... Yes, I was thinking you were alluding to that with somebody else's reading. Or if and when they came back.
And maybe we'll throw another card. We'll look at the bottom card for timing.
Okay.
We'll give it a
'cause
shot.
Depending on,
Yeah.
the suit, it might give us an
Right.
idea.
We'll give it a shot.
Sounds good. Okay, so just so you know, though, Jay, we just like to remind people it's a snapshot in time, and we can't really indicate things with 100% accuracy. It's just given in the meaning of hopefully being, entertaining to some degree, but also giving you things to think about or reinforce your own, positive thoughts in the matters.
What I'm going to look at is the kind of characteristics of the person you might hook up with, and the theme of the marriage, just what seems to be the underlying theme going forward, some of the heavier positive or negative issues in the marriage, and then where things are, where things will end up, and then we'll look at a bottom card to see if we can see a when. And that's what I think I want to do for Dishy next time too, when we do a reading for them.
No, I'm sorry. I think we have to keep the list closed. Do you think we can do those?
Who is that?
There's two people that showed up, Barty and Sunny Girl.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm afraid we can't do them today. We're so sorry. But you can come back another day. For anybody who can join us on Thursday evenings from 7 to 9 p.m. It's been really quiet on Thursday evenings, so you're definitely guaranteed to get in and get a reading for the most part. But we'll be back next Sunday as well for these longer readings, so stay tuned for that.
And we apologize, but today's had a lot of disruptions with our internet and stuff, so it's been a long afternoon. We are doing Joyful Anna's reading right now. And you're the last one before we do Violet, our moderator.
Holy cow.
So I hope you can come back, Sunny Girl and Barty.
I don't know if this is an indication, but it took me a while to find this person card. And I've got the Page of Swords reversed, which basically is telling me a couple of things about the personality of the person you might meet. If they're not younger than you, there might be something about them that is more youthful. Maybe their attitude, maybe their maturity level. And I will say that they will have, when you meet them, they will have a little bit of growing up to do, in some ways. They may just seem a little bit immature. Maybe they'll seem not ready for marriage. And so the thing is, this relationship may take, this is just my thinking, may take a little bit time to develop better.
I think you're right about that idea that maybe at the time you originally meet them, they may not be right or ready. In addition to maybe, the possibility that they're younger, that's not necessarily an issue, but it's not just maybe immaturity. It may be that there's a little bit of a recklessness about them that goes with the immaturity, and that they may need to be tested a little bit in the ways of the world. So it is growing up, but it's also being able to take on responsibilities, maybe something that they don't have a lot of experience with.
I don't know if this means they're still studying, but I do feel here that, excuse me, they could be an air sign. It's possible there's this air element around this card.
Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius.
So it's possible they could be an air sign. And I feel here that there's just some maturation that needs to be done. And maybe it just means that the relationship may move a little bit slower. That's just the way I feel about it.
Another thing that strikes me about this card is that maybe upon your first meeting with them, that you may feel that maybe they're not really a person that would be somebody you would be strongly connected to. Maybe aspects of their behavior are off-putting to you, but it does feel like over time they might change, they might come around. It could be because of your own influence on them, no matter how it is that they actually know you.
Well, and one thing you might have to do is to slow them down a bit. Sometimes some of their behavior is because maybe they act faster than they think about things. So, that's one thing you might want to consider here, is that sometimes they will act faster and they should think about things more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word and I can't think of it. Rash,
Let's look at the theme in this relationship, or issues you may have to work on. We have the Hanged Man, which is interesting.
Well, it's the Hanged Woman in this deck. So,
well, I would say Spider
Woman.
Woman, the Hanged Woman, is indicating here that both of you need to, I think this is about how you communicate with one another. I think both of you will need to take the time to really not just think about, you'll have to give and take with each other more. Another thing about the Hanged Man is about, let me tackle that first, is about sacrifice. I feel that both of you will have to make some adjustments, either in your life, your lifestyle, your beliefs about things, in order to make the marriage work. And remember, marriage is a two-way street. So, you can't just have one person saying, this is the way our marriage is going to run. So the Hanged Man also calls for being able to step outside yourself and look at things from the other person's point of view. And by that also means your partner needs to do that too. So I feel that these are things that maybe, I'm thinking that may be an advantage for the both of you, that you will be able to do that. That might be a strength in the marriage.
I feel that way too, and this card describes what the marriage would be like, if the marriage actually happens. So it is really saying that there is a sense of what each other feels they need to look out for each other, but it may be in reality that one person's view there is a little stronger, or their need to be that compromiser or that person who affects those changes or considers them may be stronger in one or both. But I think that is the character of this relationship, this marriage, is that you realize there's a lot of things that you have to consider together to give up or to understand in order for the better part of the relationship to actually happen.
Well, it's interesting. I already peeked at the next card. Well, actually, that's not right. Okay, never mind.
The bottom, right?
Yeah. No. The third card is, I want to get, hold on.
So we're still working on you, Joy.
Hang in there. Okay.
Okay, and what does this card mean?
It's the Nine of Cups, and it's kind of like where things are leading. And it's funny that I get a negative card here because everything looks pretty good. I think what happens here is that how do I want to say this?
Well, it may be that as you move forward, is this about before the marriage or during?
I think this is during the marriage.
It may be that both of you might realize that some aspects of your emotional happiness are not exactly what you want or don't exactly work in the relationship, but you will still feel that there is that balance there to some degree. But I feel the Nine of Cups sort of says that sometimes we don't understand or we don't totally appreciate what it does for us. We might feel that it did something else for us, that feeling of happiness. So it's really more of a personal feeling between either of you about what you may actually feel, whether you ultimately will feel that you would have been happier somewhere else or something. I still think you're going to do it, though.
Well, I feel here that I'm going to try to give you two ideas here. On a negative level, it may be that both of you have still some issues that you are working out throughout your marriage on personal goals and ambitions. You both need to be on the same page and to work out. Let's say one of you is working, I'm just throwing examples out there. just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But one of you may want to start a business, and the other person is not in on this, at all. You have to be able to come together on what your goals and your aims and your ideas are in the marriage. One of you might want to get out right away and start a family, whereas the other one might want to, hey, I want to take my time with that a little bit. So you will have to work out shared goals and shared visions throughout the marriage. And I feel here on a positive level, this indicates to me, too, sometimes the Nine of Cups talks about never feeling satisfied, And I mean, okay, you know what? If we were totally satisfied in life with our marriage or with other things in our life, sometimes things can get pretty boring. You know what I mean? So it's okay to want more. It's okay to desire more. But you know what? If you do feel that way, then it's up to you to also be the inspiration for that, and not rely on your partner and say your partner's letting you down. If you need something or you desire more, if you crave more, it's up to you to make it happen. And I think the fact that both of you might have that same issue is a positive thing. You'll always be looking for things to rekindle the romance, rekindle the love, and bring back what brought you two together in the first place. So let's look at the bottom card here and see what we have. Well, we have the Ten of Cups here, which is a very positive card generally, but it's a 10. So it's at the bottom of the cards, in the minor arcana, which to me might indicate it may take some time for this to develop. I don't think it's going to take 10 years, let's put it that way. But I do think, it's reasonable to say that it could take 10 months or a year before you meet this person. And even then, it might be, as I said, a little bit slow going to get things moving.
Right. From a time indication point of view, I believe cups are more likely about months. So it could be 10 months. It could be within the 10 months. But I wouldn't necessarily say that the card is telling us it's very soon. I think it clearly is more likely later, a year or so from now. We'd love to have you tell us we were wrong. So do come back.
So that's kind of how this reading works. I need
the Lenormand? Yes. And now we're doing two more things. The Lenormand tiles.
Well, it's one more thing. 2 tiles.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Okay. Who knows? The
Well,
stork
all I will say is
and the
that
sun.
rest assured something is going to happen for you. You will meet this person and it will be the start of something new for you. Oftentimes that's the stork there. That could indicate birth, but since you're not married yet, I would just say that what this indicates is a bright new beginning will develop. Hey, no marriage is perfect. So we've shown you some of the pitfalls here, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, I really feel it doesn't look bad. I feel like you both have ways of trying to look at things from the other person's perspective. So what that means to me is you will care enough about each other that you'll want to try to work things out. But sometimes we all have problems with wanting to push our own agendas before the other person's, right?
Well, it's true, of course. But, to me, the sun is about happiness, too. And the stork is about something new happening, something new that brings happiness. Happiness informs something new. So I think this is saying really sooner than later. Maybe it won't be years.
It won't be years. I would say 10 months to a year you might meet this person.
And you may find that there is happiness.
It's possible too, I'm just going to throw it out there, that you might meet them sooner, but certainly marriage is not going to be in the cards immediately. There's just going to be this period of really getting to know each other and feeling if you're both going to be right for each other. So I wish you success with that. Good luck with that. And I hope you got something out of that reading. Good luck with that.
Hey, Jano, we're going to plead, no, we cannot do this today. because we're a little bit over time, and we had some internet disruptions.
And we are on Violet right
make
now.
Us angry. But so we are not going to be able to take you today. I hope you can come back, another time, maybe Thursday when we're not as busy, or maybe next week. Usually the trick is always getting in a little bit earlier if you can. So thank you, though, for your support. Good to see you.
And
we are on
Violet in your deck.
And I'm going to use my Dame Fortune Wheel.
Huh. Well, let's see. Okay.
But it's good to see you. Thank you for coming, Jano. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we're kind of spent, I think.
It's a spentness. You're welcome, Joy. Joy Tishna. Yeah, that is strange, Violet. Uh-oh. There you go.
Well,
wait till you're a little bit older like me.
I had a little stumble the other day, which is why I think I injured my foot. But it was so minor. Well, it wasn't minor. I actually thought I might have hurt my knee. But lo and behold, my foot seems to be the problem. And that is not a good thing. And actually, that didn't flare up till over 24 hours after the little slip. So, I don't know. I've had a little klutziness myself, I guess. And this is going to cost me. Hopefully not. I wonder, I have to look around and see if I still have that boot they gave me before. Maybe I should just start wearing that again and see if I can write this.
It's not a badge of honor, but I have nearly 25 on you, my dear. And, like about 6-7 years ago, 8 years ago, I was vacuuming, and when I finished vacuuming, I picked it up to move it back into the closet, and I fell. I fell. I just fell on the ground, and I was holding that thing, so I just went down like a rock. I banged against it. I had a bruise on my shins that didn't go away for months, it seemed like.
Were we still in Hamtramck when I was around 42?
Maybe. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's probably around the time I took an interesting fall, too. I was taking a basket of laundry down into the basement, and I thought I was down all the way, but guess what?
I remember this.
4 steps. 4 steps. And I was flying in the air with my basket, and a mind full of regret. But I did not hurt myself. It was so lucky. But anyway.
So I think we'll also do a yes or no for you too, maybe, because you did ask the question more or less as a yes or no. But we got the Queen of Coins reversed, and we got the 4 of Swords reversed, and then we got that 3 of Cups reversed. And these two, or some combination of these guys, have been showing up in a reading or two today, haven't they?
Well, not just today. We've been getting the 3 of Cups a lot lately. I can't figure out why in different people's readings. Like I said, that's why I'm wondering if there's some astrological energy that is causing some conflict, between people. So maybe there is some kind of conflict here. I don't know. The Queen of Coins might just be saying to you, Violet, is slow down. Take it more easy and take care of you. The 4 of Swords is funny because that's just the opposite, saying, well, I think what it's saying is you will recover from this. This just might be an indication you need to slow down and take more deliberate action and care of yourself at this time. And also be wary, though. Be wary of the conflict with others. Be wary in how you deal with others and how others are dealing with you. Always try to put your best foot forward. But hey, as we all know, with social media and email in particular, when we're talking one-on-one with someone, it's a lot easier to read people and understand what they're saying and why they're saying it. But when people put things in writing, there's a lot of things that you can misconstrue. So be sure that you're not misconstruing something. Don't rush to judgment. Ask for clarification always first, and vice versa. You know, there could be somebody out there who may have just misinterpreted something that you are saying. So I'm not going to rule it out. We will do a yes-no on this to see if some conflict is involved. But I feel here this is just a call for you to slow down and realize that you'll get back on your feet again, literally, and not be so clumsy.
I'm not totally down with that. I sort of feel like there is that possibility, so I agree we should do the yes or no. I'm wondering if maybe the Lenormand might give us more of a clueful idea here.
Yeah.
But I am wondering, you know, if it is possible too that some of this is just things that are, like Banshee said, you didn't foresee them in certain ways, or you didn't realize them. And some of it could have to do with really what has been released and maybe what is not able to be released. And that's what I see with the Three of Cups, that maybe there are some negative things hanging around that are from, you know, the atmosphere of who you might be having some, you know, situations with. So it's interesting enough that my first card from Lenormand...
Don't tell me. Why are you doing that when I'm not ready? But it just came into my hand. Go ahead.
Like-minded?
Yeah.
The key. Oh, and it's the child. So it's what you said. It's what you said.
It's a little bit. Did she get under your feet?
No, little bit has been taking up the black arts, right?
No. I think what this is saying is what I just said. Slow down. One step at a time. Be deliberate with your actions. You know, the key is baby steps to resolving this, you know, or to getting back on your feet again. And, you know, the other thing is, even if somebody is behind this, taking deliberate, small steps, taking it slow, and taking care of you is probably the way to ensure that they can't get the better of you.
All right.
Do you have anything to add to that?
No, not really. I think that's pretty good. I think it kind of corresponds.
Let's
yes,
see.
And you know what? I think that anybody who just showed up, Jano, Swati, we'll do a spin of the wheel for you if you stick around until after we're finished with Violet's reading.
Are any of the other people here then too?
Anybody who's here, we're going to do one spin of the wheel.
We'll do the spin of
just
the wheel,
a spin of the wheel.
which is Major Arcana, and we'll just let you know what's happening right now, what you need to focus on or think about.
So just say you're here, and you'll do it as soon as we're done with this reading. And we're just going to count for the aces to just see definitively, Violet, if there is somebody mucking around.
Or some energy.
Or some energy. There you go.
Well, at least he's given me room now. My thing is spinning. How are we doing?
It seems like you're locked there. I don't know if you can refresh and that would take care of it.
I'm just wondering if we're going to go down.
No, it's been doing that for hours, actually.
I'm still stuck.
Not you. Well, okay, but you know, we're finishing up with Violet, so if you stick around for a minute, we'll just spin the wheel and give you a quickie.
You want me to count?
Yeah, I want you to count. Okay, Violet, let's see. Thwart you. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's leaning towards no. You had one ace in the middle here. That was the Ace of Cups. The Four of Cups is reversed here. And then we have the Magician reversed. Aha. So, I think it's saying here that it just was one of those things. You were off your game. I really feel with the Magician reversed here, it's just saying, you were just having some bad episodes here. And the Four of Cups reversed, well, what would that be in this?
Need to focus.
Need to focus. Oh my gosh, yes, focus on the tasks at hand. I like that. So I think it's saying probably not. This is probably you, and you just need to slow it, take it down a notch.
So don't break out the black salt.
Wow.
Okay, we're going to do a spin for whoever's here. I think Jano might be here.
Jano, are you still here?
Are you still here, Jano? And then Swathi, we'll do both of you. I don't know if there's anybody else. I don't remember.
Jano, you have the star. The star is upright. And so basically, what you need to do right now is keep hope alive. If there's some area in your life that has been causing you concern or worries, the star is saying everything is going to work out okay. If you have been not feeling well or under the weather, the star is saying you're going to be healing. You're in a recovery mode. The star is here to say that everything is going to be all right. Hope springs eternal.
All right, so now we're going to, I'll do that too for Jano. I know you were asking maybe or thinking about asking about, the situations you're involved in. And I'm going to say...
Well, Garab, we're just spinning the wheel for people who came in.
Yeah, we can spin a wheel for you.
Yeah.
But I would say, Jano, this is just saying all things are pretty much going as you would expect. There is a destiny still to what you're thinking or the plans that are going on.
All right, do you want to spin for Swathi?
Okay, so Swathi, I'm going to give you a spin.
Whoa, the devil!
Swathi gets the devil.
Swathi, indulge a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah.
You've got the license to enjoy a little bit of pleasure. I think with the devil is just saying, just don't get too carried away. But every so often we've got to let loose a little bit and have a little fun.
I think that the other meaning of the devil is that when you look really closely at the picture, the little chains around the neck, they're actually loose. And this is saying really, sometimes you don't have to be committed to the idea of what tempts you as being so morally bad. Sometimes it's okay to say, I can be bad all by myself, but I can also be good all by myself. So why not?
Yeah. So that's what we have for you. That was pretty cool. I'm going to spin for Garab.
All right, Garab.
Okay, Garab, you have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is saying right now, if there are things there's twofold message with the Hanged Man. Sometimes we have to give up something in order to gain something. And so this is saying you may have to make a sacrifice of some sort in order to get something that you truly want in life right now. The other thing is that the Hangman, do you want to take that part of it? I was going to
say one little thing basically, and that's saying that the Hangman also is a surrender to wisdom. And sometimes that wisdom is something you already know, but maybe you're letting things in the world kind of detract from that. The wisdom you surrender to is the wisdom you know in your heart or in your mind or your soul.
Right. And so the other thing about the Hanged Man is about gaining wisdom, knowledge, and perspective. And so if you have any important decisions that you are mulling over, it's time to really step back and really look at all sides of the issue from a broader perspective. Put your feelings aside and look at these things through objective eyes and see, if you can reach a conclusion or a decision based on, not just how you feel, but how things really are.
Okay, Swathi, you wanted a little bit more? Here's something else about the devil. This could also be saying to don't let yourself be totally weighed in by what you want to experience physically, whether it's about relationships or whether it's about consumption of other things. Try to remember that you have to have a good relationship with the material world and not be so obsessed with just the pleasures of it. And I realize, of course, you are, looking at a serious situation, trying to get a job, stuff like that. But this is saying don't sell yourself short for that. Don't take just any job if you don't really have to. Wait for what will liberate you, because the devil is also about the sense of liberating ourselves from what it is that holds us back.
And Gaurav, you're very welcome.
You are welcome, Gaurav.
Is there anybody else we missed who is still here?
Last call. Anyone else who's sitting around and we forgot about, we will spin the wheel for you.
Otherwise, we're calling it.
Otherwise, we're just spinning our wheels and we need to get going.
I think that's it.
Thank you. You're so welcome, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for coming today. We really appreciate you. And
off with the hat.
We hope to see you soon. Same time, same place, 2 to 4 p.m. on Sundays.
Call.
And don't forget our Thursday show, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
No double dipping, Anthony. Sorry. You don't mind, right?
Hey, I didn't even know you were still here.
Oh, that's what you meant, of course. Well, how come you didn't say anything about the anchor earlier? We were like calling you out, Anthony, there's your anchor.
Anyway, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and we'll see you soon.
Good night to all. Love to all. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.